Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrible Opinions podcast. And as always, I'm your fucking pissed off at Ryan in about 10 minutes host, Kenny.
I'm your other host that no one asked for, Daniel.
I'm your underused hunting pig, Ryan.
Oh.
Oink, oink.
That's right. You thought it was going to be a family-friendly episode because we're doing Scooby Doo and Zombie Island.
I'm sorry,
Ryan
we're doing what?
decided to Scooby Doo
Okay.
on Zombie Island, but Ryan decided to ruin the family by also doing, surprise, Scooby Doo Return to Zombie Island, and now the family's mad. Big mad.
Yes, we're about to have a podcast civil war is about to break out.
So do we want to just get the bad part out of the way real quick before we jump into the first one?
I will say, not as bad as I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But they did some really stupid shit.
Uh-huh.
Why are they back to being teenagers?
Especially considering
Ryan.
This was how long ago?
I will confess. Wait, which movie are we talking about?
We're talking about Return to Zombie Island.
In Return to Zombie Island, they've gone back to being teenagers?
Yes.
I missed that part.
So they even took, like, in the first one, Daphne, like, having her own, like,
Daphne has a
syndicated
job.
television show.
She has her own television show.
They come back and they say it was for a school project.
Okay, that's great that was for a school project. Scooby and Shaggy were working airport security.
They were, yeah.
Velma owned a bookstore.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad that you liked everything they ripped off of Ghostbusters. Sure. Fantastic.
Why wouldn't I? It's an homage, Ryan.
Homage. You're telling me an art style that is the same as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Daphne looks like April O'Neil, is an homage. I would say it's either laziness or a ripoff. Yeah, you heard it.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you
Tell
that
me.
Daphne existed first.
Yeah, that's
But
true,
she wasn't
too.
a red-headed reporter first. Also,
whatever she was going to be a redhead. So she can't become a reporter because April O'Neil was also a reporter.
that's what I'm saying.
And April O'Neil wasn't
on the
that
case.
kind of reporter.
And since Ryan's brought up art style,
Yeah.
there is no style in the sequel. Everything is way too clean. Take any single image from that, compare it to any single image from the first one, and it's like,
I'll agree. It's brighter. It's cleaner. However, the first one just looks like something that would have been on the TV show. It doesn't look spruced up. No, Daniel. No.
Oh, it's
no way.
Until the last 15 minutes, this is just a long TV show.
I felt that way about the second one.
The second one felt like a long episode of.
The second one is
Scooby-Doo. The only reason the second one's viewed so unfavorably is because they decided to invoke the name of the best and first full-length Scooby-Doo movie. In fact, the first one was so good, they told them they had to tone it down because it was too dark because of the deaths that they implied happened. And you know what that director went on to make right after it? Witch's Ghost, which is the second best Scooby-Doo movie.
Here's what I do like about the sequel. If you ignore them retconning all that shit, I like the idea of a director tricking them back onto the island to film something in this place with history.
It's pure meta, right?
I like
that.
how they're not tricked at all.
I like them gaslighting themselves and each other into saying that nothing is happening because they made that agreement with Scooby and Shaggy.
That is so, like, that's the only redeemable storyline.
That's the only thing that works.
You say works. I got more enjoyment out of the second one. The first one, I fell asleep.
They took all of Fred's growth that he had shown that he has had in the first one, and they just put the ascot back over it all.
I did have questions like, why did Fred lose the van? What was that story in the second one? Is it like a hard gambling, like drug addiction that he'd fallen into?
Yeah, I don't understand why you would sell the van. You still need that to get around.
This is true.
So here's the thing. this is not only a sequel to Zombie Island, but it's a direct sequel to Scooby Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost, which came out in 2019, which is like, same year. So I don't recall that one off the top of my head because I didn't know they did a Scooby Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. I knew there was a series called Scooby Doo and the 13 Ghosts. So I don't know if that's just a redo of that or what. But we've got some sort of weird fucking timeline. So of course he lost his van. They all lost their jobs and some sort of 13th Ghost.
Then they had to go back to high school.
Yeah. Like, the fuck? Put your ascot back on. We're going back to work. And then he's over there. It sounds like we're talking about the second one first. So
well, to get into to understand Ryan's point of view, I watched the second one first.
Fred wants to fuck the van.
Fred wants to drag in the van. You're correct.
So hard, does he? And I want to be here for it.
So was that sequence with them running all the bad guys over with the van? Was that a dream?
No.
Fred wanted to do a murder.
But they've done that a few times in some other movies as well. There's one where they apprehend the woman who's making all of the bad guy costumes. And there's a scene where they just go around collecting all the bad guys, getting all of them. There's a lot of repeating in these Scooby Doo
I did
movies.
think it was funny of them just running down all the bad guys with the car.
Right? Like they got the van
murders
going, and then they drop the oil and the Jeep behind them, and it's almost like the Jeep's gonna fall over and like they've almost murdered someone.
It's no longer a mystery van, it's a murder van. Because they ran that bat over. They doored some people.
The mystery is how are they not in jail? Well, officer, I may have murdered him, but he was trying to do a counterfeit. Oh, understandable. Say no more, fam. Have a great day.
Did you not enjoy... So, for Return to Zombie Island, I really enjoyed the opening song and animation.
The opening song sucked ass.
All the songs suck.
The soundtrack was so bad in the second one. Versus the first one, I will buy on vinyl if they have it on vinyl. It is so fucking good. Skycycle, greatest band around.
Gone too soon. Gone too soon.
Gone too soon. We open with a spooky fucking castle. There's good lightning and thunder sounds.
We just bouncing back and forth. The atmosphere in the first one is good.
Dark.
Spooky. Dark.
Spookums. Spookums galore.
The atmosphere in the second one, non-existent. Nothing.
It's all, hey, look, we invoked the god of Scooby-Doo.
I'm not even mad about that because there is a way that could have been done good.
But it wasn't. They couldn't find the right tone.
And here's how you do it. You don't have that cat monster. Why did they have an actual cat monster?
Looked lame as shit.
That they then just like hand waved again. Oh, fuck that. Forget it. Who cares?
Yeah, there is so many problems with Return to
There's no
Zombie
bad
Island.
accents.
But why are there cat monsters in the first one to begin with?
Because they prayed to their cat god. Did you?
What?
You didn't even watch the first
cat
one.
cult from France came over to New Orleans in the 1700s?
If anyone was going to have a cat cult, it'd be the French.
I would say the Egyptians, the
Persians.
Persians,
Egyptians probably too.
the French. I tried doing an internet search. I couldn't find anything.
The friend.
Okay,
the
French.
Did you try doing an internet search on Southern people?
They like cats.
Can't, because they're not on the internet.
They don't show up like vampires in mirrors.
Yeah, Southern people on the internet.
And Velma was so frustrating in the second one, being like, we didn't solve that mystery. Yeah, you fucking did. They turned to dust.
She's in denial, and when she got turned younger, they decided to give her some really horrible voice.
Well, I didn't really... Voice acting is whatever, but...
Her voice is so high pitched in it. It's might be my least favorite.
I don't think that Frank Welker's got Fred anymore. Is he still doing Fred? He shouldn't be doing Fred anymore.
You think he should just be doing Scoob?
He wasn't Scoob in this one either, but
in Return he's Scoob.
He's not Scoob in Return.
I'm looking at it right now, buddy.
I don't believe that for a second.
Not
Frank
one
Welker
second.
became Scoob after I'm gonna kick myself for it. After what's his face died.
So Billy West is doing Shaggy, I think.
That's in
Billy
the first.
West
in the first
is doing
one.
Shaggy in the first. And that's
one.
because
This is Matthew Lillard in the second one.
Matthew Lillard's my second favorite Shaggy. Casey Kasem refused to do Shaggy anytime Shaggy isn't portrayed as a vegan.
Right.
Which
So
he
they had-
never will be. So.
Correct. He eats everything.
Well, yeah, Casey Kasem will never voice Shaggy again. You're right.
I agree on that. Okay, I know I just kind of complained about the first movie ripping off like Ghostbusters elements.
Don Messick.
However,
That's original.
I will
Scooby-Doo.
point out that in the Return to Zombie Island, we got Elvira giving them, what is it? I Know What You Did Last Summer 2 beginning plot, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That didn't bother. I'm like, this is so stupid, and yet I enjoyed it. I don't know.
That
What can
works.
I say?
I like that.
You like that? I'm like, what? This is dumb, but I'm still enjoying it.
It's like this movie would be more tolerable to me if it wasn't Return to Zombie Island. Think about it think of how successful Halloween 3 might have been if it wasn't Halloween 3. It wouldn't have taken 30, years for people to start to appreciate that movie if it had been just something else. And that's a good movie. This is a shit movie that invoked a good movie.
I would say this is a movie that is making fun of an I don't know, man. I
don't think it is making
the
fun.
first movie drags.
First movie does not drag.
It
No,
drags.
See, I'm not really one to be like, oh, you've got a wrong opinion. But this is probably the one case where I will be like, your opinion is just wrong.
What this is, Ryan, this is what we in the industry like to call a cash grab. Because they be grabbing that cash.
But it's like,
Let me see. When did I wrote down I'm bored. When did I say I was bored? Okay, after we had introduced, we got I did think like there was a skeleton reanimation scene in the first one.
Yeah, when the zombie comes out of the wall.
It's out of that, like, who falls into the pit? Is that Shaggy?
Shaggy,
So,
yeah.
So
and
Shaggy
Scoop.
falls into that pit, and then there's this little wispy wind ghost thing that goes into the wall, and then the skeleton comes out.
Skeleton arm that's hanging out.
And all I'm thinking is, like, Spawn, you made a deal, you son of a bitch. You made a deal with Malbolgia for your soul. And I'm like, this is much better than what I'm watching. So, Daniel, you said they had to cut it back because it went too far, and I think that's...
I didn't say that. Kenny said that, and I don't think that's
I couldn't
right.
believe
No.
Daniel said that, and I agree with it 100%. That's probably my problem with this. It does not push it.
They cut the next movies back because they felt this one was too dark.
Scooby Doo
they-
on Zombie Island they made with very little oversight and complete creative freedom as like a creative experimental one-off.
And then they just dropped it in like a Scooby Doo like movie marathon on Cartoon Network.
No. They spent $50 million advertising Zombie Island.
But I'm saying like it was in part of like a movie marathon.
How
thing
do
that
you
was
spend
dropped.
$50 million advertising anything?
They always do it, man. And then they
I don't know, but
back.
at the time, that's fucking crazy.
Kumiyasha, it's good.
Kumiyasha!
What do we got? We got Ghost Pirates, and then we got Ghost Confederate Soldiers, and I'm thinking,
A
okay,
zombie pirate.
what's next? Ghost Nazis, here we go. But they didn't.
We got zombie tourists.
Zombie tourists.
I bet if you look in the background, you'll probably see one Nazi.
There's always one.
There's always
Probably
one.
the tourists, but yeah.
Yeah, look.
Do you want
It's
to
a good movie, and then it's a really bad movie.
You want to give the plot synopsis, Daniel? We've ranted,
No.
but we haven't said what this is really about.
Yeah, okay, Scooby Doo Zombie Island. The grown-up gang, the adult gang, have gone their separate ways because there's no real monsters. There's no real mysteries to solve. And, but then, Daphne has a TV show where she's going around looking for real mysteries. And as a fun little thing for her, Fred gets the gang back together for her birthday. And they go looking for real monsters, but still no real monsters. But then they're in the bayou, and a lady overhears them talking and invites them to come stay at the spooky place she works. And it turns out that there's zombies, there's cat people, and there's a mystery there, and it's good.
I'm Snakebite Scrubs.
Yeah. And then, okay, in the sequel, they get they go back to high school for some reason,
even though they're retired.
Even though they're retired, I don't understand. But they go back to high school, and then they get tricked onto going back to the island. And they've made it. The gang has made a deal with Scooby and Shaggy to not look into anything mysterious, so that they don't inevitably get scared by whatever they find by asking questions. So then they go back to the island and they ignore all the very many signs that they've been there before. And it turns out to be like, what would you call that show? Like a
Big Brother. No, it's
like a Big Brother-esque Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo. Beautiful. Yes.
There's a new one of those kind of things. What is it? The Jury. You know what I'm talking about? Anyone? James Marsters? Not James Marsden.
I know Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops is in it playing himself.
I know
but
Sonic's best friend.
They're on a jury, and the guy who doesn't the guy who doesn't know is also on the jury, and it's supposedly really funny.
Television.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a documentary about how they got away with making this goddamn banger of a Scooby Doo movie.
So why did they go so hard with the music? I'm just going to talk to Kenny. We're going to leave. Ryan doesn't need to be in that.
So,
do you want to know what my daughter said about the first movie?
What'd she say?
So she said, I like this music.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo almost fell into the water. And he did. Then she just started laughing as the gators were chasing Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah.
And she said, wow, he just ate that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then she spent the remainder of the movie just wiggling her loose tooth and looking confused. But at the end of the movie, she did make her own Daphne voodoo doll from red paper, water bottle, pencils, and tape.
But not any magic wax?
We don't have wax. And we didn't really have any glue.
Magic wax.
That'd be a
so
waste
many
of
killer
time.
lines in this.
Scooby-Doo.
Look, we get, first off,
I say a line from this movie at least once a day.
Oh my god, easily at least one line. Easily. We're in this spooky castle, and we're classic Scooby-Doo hijinks, and
they do the classic song when they're running through the hallways. Doors.
It's a
doors.
Classic.
It's a late theme song drop, and it is fucking.
It's a
perfect.
banger.
It is so good.
This moment works here, whereas in the sequel, when they try to do it with them running backwards and forwards, up the stairs, down the stairs, it doesn't work there because it's bad. And the song they chose for that sucked.
But I do have questions.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think Daphne and Velma weigh for them to just go crashing through a stone railing?
Well, okay, that's poor.
That's a fair question.
No, it's not a fair question. It's a rude question.
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm just saying, that castle's been around for hundreds of years, and they're fat.
Right, it's been around for hundreds of years. It hasn't been maintained.
It wasn't mold everywhere, Daniel.
They can't weigh that much because Fred is able to hold them both up.
No. There's superheroes in this universe because Snakebite manages to pick up a full-grown man and hold him in the air at the end of a long pole. The weight distribution...
Well, that's just him. He's strong.
Snakebite, he's king of the swamps. Fighting with his sidekick, what's the name
Mojo.
of Big Mojo. And he's trying to catch
Rojo?
Big Mona. And he ain't never gonna catch. Ain't never gonna did.
Not Big Mona.
That moat monster was ripped, and then they take the mask off, and it's a fat old white guy.
Also, the Curse Old Withers family, dumb.
Yeah, the whole when it was just the sun, I was like, ha.
That was funny.
And then it's like, oh, it's the whole
young
Withers
man.
family.
It's young man Withers. That's funny.
That's good.
Oh, the whole Withers family, dumb.
I want to watch a show with just that TV host that's interviewing Daphne, though. It's like, gonna slice you up like a pepperoni pizza. That give me the heebie-jeebies. Whew. Look at Fred over there. Nice little slice of ass.
She basically says that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah.
And you wouldn't say that about a teenager.
You wouldn't say that about a teenager. And then she's like, it might as well be Ghost to Ghost with Daphne Blake. And you hear under her breath, Daphne's like, fuck, that's way better.
That's a better title.
That's way fucking better. God damn it, now I can't use it. Jesus. And it's like, yeah, I do miss the gang. And it's like, too bad the rest of the gang is either dead or in jail.
Dead or in jail. Scooby's in jail. Shaggy is dead.
Shaggy is dead. So the gang's broken up because they're out of high school, no more mysteries, all that. So now we're going to go catch up with the gang because, they're watching Daphne on TV and they're like, we miss you too. So we catch up with Shag and Scoob working in the airport as Scooby's one of them food
And this is
dogs.
pre 9/11. I don't think they'd get that job now.
How does Shaggy pass a drug test?
Well, that's
How?
a good question too. That's like a government job, right?
That's a government job. That's a federal job. TSA?
They're pretty proud that they eat all the contraband, and I don't think this is the first time they've ever done it.
No, and why couldn't they eat it? We're just going to throw it away. Let them eat it.
No, that's evidence. They're
For what?
literally
Let 'em eat it.
interfering in a federal investigation by consuming all the contraband.
It's not the drug.
I like to imagine the way that they were doing their job is they're not actually like reporting that they found this stuff in the people's luggage. They just take it.
He implies that they were going to like write it down or something. Like, we got to get this checked in. But I think they meant like checked in to Stomach Town.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. But they're not arresting these people for bringing it in. They're just being like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm taking your wheel of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That you
It's
have
just like,
shoved in your luggage.
in Men in Black when the aliens were smuggling alien food in.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
okay.
They're just going to take it. All I'm saying, though, is like, Scoob, he's a fucking good boy. And Shag, looking good. Love a man in uniform. And, especially a fat man in uniform after they eat all that food. Then we get Velma Dinkley running her bookstore. Yeah, they got the hair razor series. And then, you want me to hold it for you until Tuesday? Oh, 2 weeks from Tuesday? And then she gets off the phone, and I imagine her hollering down like, we got a sale, Grandma. Maybe we won't have to shut down soon.
That's her little ring.
Then the camera slowly pans down. It does that thing where it goes through like the flooring and down through the earth until you get to like a weird sex cult dungeon below the bookshop.
I was gonna say I don't remember that kind of. I wouldn't be complaining if those were the shots. That would have been amazing.
Look, it's fine. All I'm saying though is the gang's all in a bad situation. Maybe the two rich people should have like threw some money towards their friends' ways since they spent all their high school years not in class and playing with them. They didn't have a trust fund to fall back on.
I don't think that's their responsibility.
Look, maybe it is. I don't know. Shag and Scoob shouldn't have got fired, though. They left their boss a few gorgonzolas.
You're a bunch of gorgonzolas.
But whatever. Daphne's going to start her little adventure now. We go out here in the shitty recording van. But wait, it's not a shitty recording van. Fucking peel it off. Guess what? Mystery machine. Guess what? Gang's all here. Guess what? Hunting down fake ghosts again. You know how I know they're fake? Because the song fucking tells me it's fake.
The ghost
Greatest
is always
movie
fake.
soundtrack of all time.
Ghost is always a fake. Yeah.
Now they're sitting there, they're ripping off all these masks in this montage of catching more fake ass ghosts. There's one where it's like a weird like old man ghost, and the face comes off, and it's this old lady, and that old lady was way scarier than the monster she was acting as. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Also,
What was she doing on
Fred,
your chest?
She was sitting on me because I paid her to dookie on my chest.
Excellent.
And you know what that dookie was
Did you
called?
pay her in
Return
Scooby
to
snacks?
Zombie Island.
Jesus.
I should have. All I'm saying, though, Fred is my spirit animal because much like Fred, I also like beignets and bitches. That's going to be tattooed across my chest. Beignets and bitches.
A B&B.
B&B, one might say.
So we're down in the South, which you're going to look for ghosts. If you're going to find a real ghost in America, you either need to go northeast or in that deep South.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And the northeast, we don't want to have Scoob and the gang interacting with, Billy from Boston. Like, we don't want to do that for an hour and 20 minutes.
Why not?
Because that's going to get grating. Unless
And these Cajun accents aren't?
These Cajun accents aren't. These Cajun accents.
Well, no,
are
I'm
authentic.
not saying they were. I'm just saying.
Yeah. These are authentic.
Because obviously, Kumiesha.
Yeah. God, there's something else that Adrian
His
Barbeau's
baby don't
character
turn on
says.
no dime.
Yeah, she plays Mrs. Benoit, right? Simone?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love Adrian.
We all love
Barbeau.
Adrian.
She says, I type it out as I hear it. I think she said something like "Carn Mission." I don't know what that means. So they're down there in Nolan's area, and they have what's her name? Letty? No,
Lenore.
Lena
and Lenore.
Oh, Lena.
Yeah.
Yes, Fred is very
She's-
interested in Lena's pie.
Yeah, and Lena's voiced by Tara Strong, who's a big name in voice acting if you're familiar. And she overhears that they're looking for a real ghost, and she's like, "Well, I don't know, man. I live on Moonscar Island. We got hella ghosts all the time. Like, I'd take you there. You guys want to come to my island?" They're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, we're in." Scoob and Shag aren't. They're over there eating like the largest po' boy sandwich I've ever seen, and then they spit out my other, life mentality, which is Mo Hada, Mo Betta.
How many times has that been said in this house?
Oh my god, this house was built on Mo Hada, Mo
This
Betta.
house was built on Zombie Island.
It built on it. Now, look, I love Scoob, but if he was my dog and he kept eating my food like that, I'd kick his fucking ass. Okay, Shaggy ate just bread. And he does it again later. No dog needs all those biscuits.
I mean, they run a lot.
They do run a lot. That's true. So now we've got... Okay, look, guys. I know we just did a montage of all these fake-ass ghosts, but we got an island we're going to, okay? It's going to be great. We got this great ferryman who tells you people's come into that bayou and they don't never come out. And then they're just driving the mystery machine onto a ferry. Gotta get their van over there. And Lena sees Scoob, and she's like, "Oh man, I didn't know you had a dog." And I like to imagine it was Snoop Dogg, and she didn't like black people.
You'd like to imagine that. In your fan fiction, you've written this in, even though that's not what this was about.
No, but
This
I
is
think
what you
that'd been
want to have
funnier if she
happened.
was racist. Yeah.
Aw.
Kuyasha! I like Snoop Dogg. He could come to my island.
Oh my, I would eat crawfish with Snoop Dogg.
What does Scoob think he is?
What do you mean?
You think he's people?
Every time...
You think he thinks he's
Yeah,
people?
No, he thinks he's a dog.
But they keep referring to him as a dog, and he's like, "Dog?" He doesn't think he's a dog. I don't know what he thinks he is.
What is he?
He's a dog.
Dogs don't talk, first of all.
First off, you haven't been watching enough YouTube videos where they're like, "I love you." Yeah. Talking all the time. Ripley talks with her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, "I just shit on the bed." Oh my gosh. It's look, the setup is fantastic in this movie. All right? You could do a horror movie like this.
They did.
They did.
It's called Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
You could even maybe come back to that island later.
They did.
It's
Called
horrible.
Scooby Doo Return to Zombie Island.
Then we're having our little cruise down the swamp, and big ass catfish.
Big Mona.
That's Big Mona. And they say, "Ain't nobody ever been able to catch her." And I'm thinking, I feel like this isn't a catch and release area. So I feel like all the fish out there ain't never been caught either. So that's kind of like, I don't think Snakebite's gonna catch Big Mona and throw her back. So I'm just saying that's a dumb
Plot
dumb
hole.
thing.
Yeah.
Scoob and Shag, they fall off the boat.
They do.
Classic.
Then there's gators.
And there's gators.
Ooh.
My daughter laughed, and I think I laughed too. But the gators did not eat them. Did not
Well,
eat Big
that's
Mona.
because-
Nobody got eaten.
That's because Jacques was able to turn that boat around, right? Or
No, he couldn't because that boat don't turn on no dime.
That's right. It don't turn on no dime.
They got
And then fucking noodle arm Velma throws a lifesaver 1 foot off the boat.
Okay, she's not made for that. She's
I
for
know what
reading.
made for. Oh, did you say reading or breeding?
Roll back the tape.
I don't want to. And then all of a sudden, the freaking hook comes out of nowhere, and Mark Hamill kills that gator. He doesn't really, but he fights him off with a hook. Mark Hamill voices Snakebite Scruggs.
Yes.
And it's great. It's a great Mark Hamill performance. Not that there are any bad ones. And he ain't happy, though. Because them tourists, he hates them. Because they scared off Big Mona. What does Jock say?
You ain't never catch that. Ain't never. Ain't never gonna
Sure.
did.
Just ain't never did. Ain't never
You
did.
ain't never caught that fish.
Ain't
You
never
ain't
do.
never gonna did.
Also, I'm not a bad guy.
Big
He
Mona
says that
here.
too. Also, I'm not a bad guy.
I'm not a bad guy. And
I'm
he's
not an immortal cat person bad guy.
Like
I'm
Chuck.
just a ferry driver.
I'm just the ferry driver, huh?
Big Mona.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to
This
me.
pig. You can smell
No.
a catfish from a mile away.
That's Mojo.
Mojo's the pig. Big Mona's the fish, you
Big
ignorant
Mona's a
skink.
Yeah, Mojo. Sorry, I was too busy thinking of my version of the I want to be a cowboy thing.
Okay.
But with like instead of smelling a pig from a mile away, it's a catfish.
Okay.
Mojo, Mojo's a pig, and
With a strapping
Sure.
Probably
pig
is
that is
too.
sniffing out truffles. Mojo, baby.
I'll say
It's a different song.
Mojo wouldn't drink Bud Light. That's all I'm saying.
It's a different
What do you
song.
mean? I want to be a cowboy. Oh, is that a different song?
That's a different song.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is where he's like, he picks Shaggy up with the hook on the end of this long pole, lifts him up onto the other boat, and that is an insane amount of strength.
And here's where I'll point out. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, but still.
I'll
Mom's
point
a
out
cartoon.
something's happening on screen, and this is good.
Snakebite is probably a Swamp Thing villain.
A villain.
And then
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
I think he'd be a protector of the swamp things.
maybe, but Swamp Thing's probably like best friends with Big
If
Mona.
I typed into Bing, snakebite fucking swamp thing, would I get anything?
Yeah, I bet if you typed it into ChatGPT, do it on top of the mystery machine though.
If I typed into Bing, Fred fucks mystery van,
Oh, you
would
know
I
you're
get
getting-
anything?
Percent.
That might be the first time Bing actually finds the thing you're looking for.
If I typed into Bing, it's our new segment. If I typed into Bing,
If I asked Jeeves, I'm not going to, but if I did, would he tell me that Moonscar Island is dead ahead?
where is it?
It's dead ahead.
Oh, okay.
Dead ahead. And what's Moonscar Island famous for, Kenny?
Look, it had a Captain Moonscar. He was a
No,
pirate
no, no,
guy.
no, no, no.
Oh, you mean the peppers?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hot peppers.
Oh, so you mean it's the Tabasco Island?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact details, but I guess it's like the peppers that are...
They probably
Wrong
keep
for
the
Tabasco?
location top secret.
No, it's just... It's only specifically from like this island. That's the only place that Tabasco
Yeah, and they keep
is
that
made.
they keep that island's location a secret. It's like Area 51 for Tabasco.
No, I bet they know where it is.
Yeah, they know where it is, but they don't want you to know where it is.
I bet I could find out if I asked Bing. Bing's a narc.
I'm annoyed with Scooby once he gets onto this island. I can't really remember him ever chasing cats before.
This
Or
is the
if you
first
didn't.
time. This is the first time cats have ever been there.
No, it's just the first time he's ever been hostile towards any other thing.
Like he's
That's
acting
true,
like
too.
a stupid dog.
Yeah,
Well, he
he's
is a
not a
stupid
stupid dog.
dog.
He can fucking talk. Also,
What does he say of value?
let's eat.
Fair enough.
And whenever Shaggy got dumped that one time, he's like, bitches. Like, shaking his head.
Riches.
Bitches don't give me
Exactly.
Scooby snacks.
Yeah. Bitches don't let me lick peanut butter off of their balls.
What?
They really don't.
Oh, this is not what I thought this episode was going to be about.
That's because this movie's boring.
No, this movie's
No,
great.
it's not. You're boring.
You've pissed me off so much, Ryan. I'm up to here. So, first off, having to watch this with the podcaster's eye,
Yeah.
they are horrible guests. Okay, fucking, they
Oh.
lied about being good with cats.
Number one. Yeah.
Number one, as you already kind of referenced, they fucking break shit. Like,
It's not only do they break things, Kenny, they break things and they're like, oh no, Bo the new gardener, yeah, he'll take care of it.
he'll take care of it.
And then they break some more things, like right in front of them.
Lena will sweep it up. You know what? What kind of fucking psychopath is in someone else's house they just met? They leave the kitchen. They start seasoning the food that the other person's cooking. Not only are they seasoning it, they're going to drop hot peppers in it because mo hotta, mo betta. But they're going to end up killing someone.
When they're in the kitchen and the ghosts start writing messages on the wall just a little bit. Thelma takes it upon herself just to vandalize the whole wall.
Oh my god. She fucking takes a spatula and scrapes the rest off, and Lena's like, the fuck you doing to my kitchen?
She's like, I just felt like investigating.
Yeah. Now, oh god. First off.
Hold on, settle. Is it Thelma or Velma?
It's Velma with a V. It's not Thelma. And
I don't know.
Man, that poor undercover
this
cop,
is the episode where I break and lose my goddamn mind.
Bo is dreamy. Bo's a cop.
Liquid Snake's voice actor.
Also Leonardo's voice actor.
Yeah, no one cares about that though.
Also, I met him and have a picture with him right here and an autograph. That's Cam Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got a stack of pictures and autographs in here. I'm not going to pull it out right now. Maybe I'll upload it.
I don't know why you would pull it out. They can't see it.
I was going to show you guys because it's cool.
I don't want to see it.
You should. It's the original voice cast of the Ninja Turtles. It is
dope.
No,
we're not talking about Ninja Turtles right now.
Secretly,
I know we said
am.
this early. I feel like I have to tell you this at the start of every episode. We are not talking about Ninja Turtles.
Well, then I'm going to tell you that are you supposed to be holding a thing right now?
I'm allowed this thing. Earlier, I did make a clippy noise because I found my toenail clippers. I did make a clippy noise, but then I set it down.
I'm allowed this thing. I don't remember agreeing to this. Much like I don't remember agreeing to Kenny's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sex fetish, where he tells us, the secret ooze is really his sauce that creates it. Howard Turtles really made it's canon by now, I think. But
what do you mean Howard Turtles made?
You need to listen to some of our older episodes this month, Daniel. You'll find out.
So
have a re-listen.
Look, what is it with immortal beings and not having fucking TVs? The invitation all over again.
I don't think there's power here.
No, they have electric lights.
I thought they had electric lights.
Okay. But they wouldn't have cable.
Oh, but they're old. They're old. They got their old ways.
This is a question for the old guy. Why do long-lived things hate technology, Ryan? Why do you hate it?
It's not that I hate it. It's that ghosts hate it.
That's true. Ghosts don't like electricity.
You want to establish this place as a gothic setting. So you ain't gonna have no big screen TVs in your big old gothic, Pepperfield slave camp, okay? You're not gonna have it.
Pepperfield slave camp.
Yeah, how do you think you kept those Pepperfields open?
South will rise again. As cat people.
I'm pretty sure they're using those ghosts.
Oh, you're saying the cat people are having...
They've enslaved the ghost. Yeah, I mean, you don't see anyone else helping picking those peppers, do you? Do you think Lena is picking those peppers with Simone?
She's gonna grab those with her cat paws.
Isn't that the gardener's job?
Bo has to handle
just get
all
Bo to
those
go
fields.
to it. Bo will take care of it.
Well, I mean, he's in charge of plants.
And on your way
he's a
down there,
cop.
kick over a couple of his pots and make sure you break them.
Well, we don't know he's a
hearts
cop
and
yet.
rubies.
You just spoiled the fact that he's a cop for everybody.
Oh, he gives off big cop energy right from the beginning because no gardener's going to be that hot and keep his shirt on. Like, if he's a hot gardener, his shirt's going to come off.
That's
but he has
true.
to keep the shirt on because he's wearing a wire.
And a vest underneath.
Because he's a cop.
And he's only got one nipple, and that'd be weird.
And if Mia was there, he'd tell her.
He would tell her. He would have to, legally.
Legally, you have to tell any Mia if you're a cop.
He basically, Velma, I'm a cop.
Velma, I'm a cop.
I'm a cop, Velma.
Velma, I'm a cop. I have a gun.
Thelma.
Thelma.
I'm a cop.
A cop. I have a note that says Daphne doesn't know how to pull it hard. I don't know what that's in reference to.
It's the zombie head.
Let's talk about the zombies.
Okay,
there
so
are zombies.
We've gotten past the fact the psychopath house guest. So yeah, graffiti ghosts. Oh,
who opened a window?
We can't pass. Who opened the window? Get that shot, Fred. He's holding the camera. It's literally what he's doing, Daphne. He knows what he's fucking doing. Thelma does a float magic. She's not wearing underwear. She covers her modesty because everyone can tell that she's not. So why?
If I was to make a live action version of this, it would not be PG.
Why does Lena run off to go play with a Velma voodoo doll in that situation? Is it to entice them to stay? Oh, hey, ghost shit's happening. Because that's the implication, is that her doll's being lifted, because it's the same way they're floated later in the movie.
I don't got any answers for you.
Well, yeah, you want to give them a little taste so that they stay to investigate.
Okay, I'm going to throw something out. Here's the thing. If you have made voodoo dolls of them that can literally control their movements, once you have made the dolls, you don't care what they want, because now you can move them anywhere you want.
But that's not as fun, because cats like to play with their food.
Yeah, but if we did that, then we wouldn't have a movie.
That's
shucks.
True.
Why? Okay.
Why didn't the Eagles take the Hobbit to Mordor? Then we wouldn't have a movie, you stupid.
We wouldn't.
You stupid.
Why a cat god? Why a cat god? Is it only because of Scooby?
Okay, the cat god thing is because the script was originally for SWAT cats.
I'm sorry, what?
It was...
Or something.
What? SWAT cat? A cat that swats? Or is it a cat that puts on, like, the gear or the vest? It's got the sniper rifle. It's kicking in doors.
Yeah, no, they have jets and shit, too. It's very weird. SWAT Cats is good. SWAT Cats is dope.
So you're saying they Hellraisered Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
They said, but what if Scooby Doo?
They said, what if we just take this thing? Okay. I did like that the pirate ship, or the captain's ship, they used the wood to make the house. That was fun. That just didn't pay off in any way, though.
Yeah, much of the script is recycled from a script for an unfinished SWAT Cats episode.
You hear that word? Episode.
I'm also seeing there were recycled elements from other Hanna-Barbera projects, including
there's some pirate
Cataluna,
Yeah.
Eclipse, and then Pirates of the Dark Water. Which
Curse of Cataluna is the SWAT Cats episode. But yeah, I don't actually know what SWAT Cats is.
Look, I've seen SWAT Cats. It's great.
But that's why there are cats, Ryan.
That and Scooby. So
dumb.
They haven't kicked our house guests out, even though they've broken pitchers. We've fucked up the wall. We've poisoned the gumbo. We've eaten the gumbo. Now Shag and Scoob get kicked out because Scoob can't be a good boy. And we cut to, like, Shaggy is high as shit. His eyes are bloodshot. He's fucking crying. He's out there coughing up a storm in the van. And look.
I'm looking.
He's not high. He's just eating peppers again.
H-O-T.
Because they can't stop. Because they can't stop with it. Like, Shaggy's a sadist.
Oh.
They like the pain. He likes being scared. He puts himself in. He's like, I just want one of these monsters to throw a fucking hook in me. Like, do it.
Gut me.
Like, he would be the bad guy in the Hellraiser remake.
Oh, yeah, he would love it. Oh, my God.
Pleasure.
Matthew Lillard was the bad guy.
Speaking of Matthew Lillard.
Hit me with the fucking phone.
Matthew Lillard and horror properties. Apparently, they're reviving 13 Ghosts as a TV series.
Okay, I feel like I have to say this again. We're not talking about Ninja Turtles right now.
Oh, shit, my bad. My bad. So, Scoob and Shag are by themselves, so they're going to get spookums. Fred and Daphne are deciding that they're swingers in this one, because they both want to, like, jump some other bones. Maybe there's going to be some sort of orgy, which Velma's like, well, if you guys told me, I would have brought supplies from the sex dungeon below the library.
Who does Daphne
Bo.
want?
Daphne wants Detective
Bo and Daphne.
They're going to make a whole movie
but I
at the
don't.
end of this movie.
But that ain't Velma's.
Velma gets them, but Daphne wants them.
Oh, Daph. Okay, but I think Daph is just. I'm calling her Daph because we're close like that. I think Daph just wants to make Fred jealous.
Yeah, that's fair.
Once
She
Lena
wouldn't go
starts
through with
introducing, here's my pie, Fred. Don't you want to take a big, long, tongue-licking bath in my pie? And Fred's
Her
all like,
pecan pie is supernatural.
yes, ma'am, I do.
Probably has cat hair in it.
Meow.
Please be careful, Fred.
Wait, there's quicksand here, too? We just can't go to the bayou. There's too many things that are going to kill us.
And this is where Ryan says weak-ass lady hands can't tear off no zombie head.
Yep, she can't pull it hard. I think that's what she says, but...
And then Fred rips his fucking skull off.
Strong man.
Strong man. Why are the zombies waking up?
Because they are coming to protect Scoob and the gang. Because
they're
finally...
here to they protect.
They protect.
Okay, so... Respect.
Respect.
They respect. They protect.
More zombies. Because, let's see, when Shag and Scoob were running, they fell in a big-ass hole, and then that's when that, the reanimated skeleton grew flesh back and became the actual Moonscar dude. And I've got problems with the logistics of the hole here that can be solved by just saying it's a cartoon, but they struggle to get out of the hole. Then a zombie comes out.
What are your problems with the hole?
The problems with the hole is they struggle to get out of the hole. Then a zombie shows up, and then they manage to pull off the trick of like Shaggy getting on Scoob's back and getting out of the hole nice and easy. And I'm like, okay, adrenaline, that helps. But then Scooby hunkers down all the way as flat as he can on the ground. Shaggy just reaches down and grabs him with his arm. How is Shaggy that long all of a sudden?
Ooh, this is a classic. You know about, like, what is it, like Big Luke from Star Wars?
No.
What? No.
It's like a dumb internet theory that there's like multiple Lukes and one of them's big.
Wait, what?
This is Long Shaggy.
Long Shaggy. all I'm saying
I'm now
is
Googling Big Luke.
you do that. Fred had one job, and it wasn't to drop the goddamn camera in the quicksand. And now comes the best song ever written. It won every Grammy that year. It's fucking Terror Time again. You just might die of fright.
Okay, so the basic premises is that there are in fact 2 Luke Skywalkers that appear in the original Star Wars trilogy. One about 2 to 3 centimeters taller than the other one.
That's not even that big a difference.
That's just depending on what shoes he was wearing.
What's the point of this?
He's kind of like not Hagrid.
Kind of like how racist Velma thinks every room in the South is for voodoo rituals.
I think she's right.
She walks into a cave. Oh, this is for voodoo rituals. Walks into the bathroom. Voodoo rituals. Dining room. Voodoo rituals. And then, oh shit, she a cat. And she a cat too. And we didn't even make voodoo dolls for Shaggy and Scooby because that would be a waste of time and magic wax.
I say that all the time.
All the time. I feel like you should say that to all your new coworkers.
Ryan.
You're a waste of wax.
I would say I would do that, but it would be a waste of time and magic wax. And people usually ask, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Magic wax.
And you're just like,
and that's how I know that we will never be friends.
Kobayashi.
How do they get magic wax?
You make it
Out of people.
You get wax, and then you put magic in it.
Just like I put magic in turtles.
Simone and Lena, they're OG to the island. We don't need Jacques to be a cat person at all. Jacques is only a cat person because the first script for the TV episode, he was a cat person, not because the story needs him to be.
No, the story needs him to be because they need to have a trusted ferryman. It makes sense. For them to actually survive and keep the stuff going, they need to have someone to help them ferry people there and not question why they're not ferrying people back out.
And then you need him to not be willing to take them back. Well, he's got to be in on it.
No, I mean, he leaves, and then he's gone.
Yeah, but then he comes back. They need Jock to fill any of those other, like, plot holes, like, why does the ferry person not notice they never bring people back from that island?
That's true. I drop a lot of people off here, but I never seem to take any back.
Yeah, and these people, they don't pay me for the supplies I bring them. But they made me immortal. So
these people?
Yeah,
yes, these
cat people.
Cat people.
Because, yeah, Jock a cat, too.
Jacques is a cat.
Like,
Also, you need a male one for something for the ladies to get that little bit of that Beauty and the Beast horniness going.
Oh, yeah, and Jock was, as a cat person, Jock made me very hot and bothered.
Do tell.
A little something for everybody.
What is Beauty and the Beast horniness?
Oh, she wants to... Okay, so Belle is into him as a beast, but not a man.
She liked when that lipstick come out, not when, like, the mushroom grow.
She liked that fur.
She's
and?
furry.
What?
They like to do it.
How does that apply to Jacques?
Okay, because Belle is not the only one like this. There are other young women out there who like that. So, to get the biggest bang for our buck, we need to put a cat man in this project.
I like to do it in front
so
of
then we can get those freaks into it, and then they're going to draw freaky fan art that I could bing right now.
You can bing it right now.
What was our new segment? I forgot. If I bing
Jacques
fucking Scooby, will I get anything? Or furry jock.
Yeah, you'll get an erection. That's what you'll get. Look.
Once we got into the cave, I started to wake up.
I started to get mad because we were talking about preserving her immortality, and I was like, in order to what? Continue to not have a TV? Kill me.
No TV,
This is
no internet.
another case of, like, what was that movie we just watched?
The Invitation. They shouldn't have been invited to this island.
Where, like, you have the immortality, but what are you doing with it?
You're growing peppers.
You're not watching TV.
You're
Not
being
watching TV.
spiteful that pirates trashed your village 200 years ago.
Also, I've decided it's a crime that none of us recommended the thirst after.
Oh, yeah.
Or I guess just
later.
thirst.
It's fine.
Yeah. Edit and post.
You can't tell
Nah.
me that Lenore would not be watching MILF Island right now.
The fuck is MILF Island?
It's a reality show where like these hot moms and their hot sons all get put on the island, and then the sons are all like dating the other moms. It's a thing.
I have a suspicion.
I haven't watched it, but I kind of want to.
Oh, never mind.
Should we do an episode on it?
Maybe
Can we-
because get this.
Oh my god. That'll be our
Apparently
There is a
spin-off
horror
show.
movie
that-
connection to this, right, Kenny?
The MILF Island.
Yes. Someone
Yeah, 'cause they
is like
just-
a
they
scream
ju-
queen or something on that.
Yeah, the Dream Master from the fourth Nightmare on Elm Street just got added as one of the MILFs.
What?
There you
The
go.
main
Huh?
lady from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was just added as one of the MILFs. That's how it popped on my radar, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And it's kind of like how what's her face from Halloween is like one of the Real Housewives,
Yes.
which she came back for the new trilogy. The one who she was one of the kids being babysat. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name. But
It's
you know what
our
I'm talking about.
spin-off project where I make us all watch Terrace House, and then we move from there into lesser works such as MILF Island.
It might be lesser. I don't know.
I think they used most of their budget on the last 15 minutes of this movie, because that's where you
Yeah.
get sick ass animation.
And magic wax, and that's a lot, and that's why they didn't want to waste any.
I think they should have sprinkled some of that magic wax, shot it in my face, like spritzed me at least a little points throughout this movie, because I wasn't getting it. I mean, I liked when they ripped the zombie's head off, but even that was eh. It wasn't as good as that last 15 minutes.
But you like Terror Time.
You liked Terror Time.
Who doesn't?
You liked
Terror Time.
What's Terror Time?
It's terror time again.
Oh, no.
No,
Yeah.
Ryan, maybe you're not hearing us. You liked Terror Time.
You liked it. It's one of your favorites. You're going to put it on all your playlists from now on. We got a flashback.
Yeah.
We got to see the pirates come and like
Oh, we
fuck
sure
up these
did.
villagers.
Actually, this
And-
would be Barbosa.
Yeah, that's a Barbosa move. And they're like, yeah, we're going to march you guys into the swamp because I got to hide some treasure. So go in the swamp.
Do we
get eaten
see
by
where he
these
hides
gators.
the treasure?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
But
And then-
we find out it's real.
Lena and Adrian Barbeau.
Simone.
They go pray to their cat gods and they get turned into werecats and then they murder all the pirates. So it's like, maybe the zombies are good and helpful now, but they also kind of had it coming.
They were bad guys, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just bad
But
guys
not all
fighting
of them.
bad guys.
Not all, because some of them are tourists,
And some of them are
Nazis.
Nazis.
Those were bad
Confederate
guys.
soldiers. Nazis
Oh, bad
are always
guys.
bad guys.
Yeah,
especially
Confederate
Nazi
soldiers are bad
zombies.
guys. Yeah.
So wouldn't living in a swamp it'd be better to worship a gator god?
Wouldn't it be better to worship Cthulhu, an old one, a nameless one, anything other than a cat?
Well, just think about your location. If you were worshiping the gators and then you all just walked out there, I think you'd be fine. Like those little gators weren't eating Betty White's toes when she's
I don't
feeding
think the
them bread.
gators could eat everybody.
They get tired and full.
How many gators could there be?
At least 3.
Hundreds.
Oh my god.
So
Hopefully
I'm just
climate
saying,
change takes
gator
care of
god.
that. Fuck them.
It's
Well,
just going to expand their range, buddy.
Oh no.
They're going to be in your lake
wait.
by summer.
Are we gonna get Missouri gators?
No, well, they'll be from California or Florida.
Is there
No,
a
not California,
map of
Florida,
like
but-
what the coastline will look like when it's all said and done?
when it's all gators.
all gators all the time? Ooh.
Because like they say it'll rise by like 2 centimeters, but what the fuck does that mean to me? I don't know.
Oh, you mean tall ocean?
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
ocean.
Big ocean, tall ocean, long enough.
Fucking big ocean. The gang's all held hostage by these voodoo dolls, and they're just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby are just running back and forth. They murdered their friends via the voodoo dolls, stepping on them, shoving them into the fire.
In the fire, yeah.
Like, how bad would they feel if they walked over there and all their friends were just like flat
Why?
because they got stepped on, all their bones busted?
Like, we should have seen an incident like out of Blair Witch where they fold one of the voodoo dolls and then one of their friends also folds backwards.
Oh.
That would have been so satisfying.
Just done a full mangler.
Or if they had,
Goodbye, April O'Neil.
If they had taken two of the voodoo dolls and made them kiss.
I have a note that says, Daniel, we took your favorite characters and made them fight.
Yeah?
That's it.
We did make the one cat lady slap the other cat lady, and then they looked at each other in confusion for a second. I was like, you guys don't understand how voodoo dolls work?
Yeah, they don't understand.
Dumb.
They don't understand. Look, zombies are often good guys. Cats are never good guys. That's what I'm seeing here. During this this chase scene and whatnot, Shag and Scoob managed to pop a pepper right into Jacques' fucking eyes.
He's dead. He's dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
So dead. And I don't understand voodoo technology, so they make the dolls kind of look like them, and then they put like the element of them on them.
Yes.
Right.
But then they just straight up take a piece of the cat people and then shove it on their existing dolls, and it works. So did she just like to go through the extra effort to make it look like
Well,
them?
yeah, you want to make it look nice.
You got to know which voodoo doll, because you're not really sure what piece it might belong to, because you just met these people. So you want to
Even though they all have unique colors, yeah.
individualize them a little bit more. But I think it is just the form. Yeah, you just stick it like a Post-it note. You just stick it on there. You're good.
You write your name, their name on it or some shit.
But then that would be like carved in them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you do that before you put the material on it. Yeah, before you activate it. You don't put the batteries in yet.
Okay.
I mean, you can still make arms and legs and a head, but you don't have to like try to sculpt it to look exactly like them.
It's 200 years. That's what they've been practicing.
Well, we fucking kill those cat people.
And we kill all three of them, right?
Yes.
This is important for the next movie.
And there are only three of them.
There are only three. You are correct.
This is why this is one of the things that got toned down was all the death and implied death. Like, we implied that murders actually happened. That doesn't happen anywhere else in Scooby Doo. All the bad guys, they chase you away so they can do their
so
really
like in the other movie,
plot.
in the other things, like what crimes are these bad guys actually committing?
They're like scaring people away so they can.
Is that a crime?
Well, it's so they could like steal stuff off the property.
But they haven't stolen anything yet.
So well,
sometimes they have been, but most of the time, Daniel, you're correct. They're trying to create a situation that's favorable to them. But but that part's like not really creating a crime unless you're assaulting people with food.
Sometimes they're trying to drive down
Only
property
food.
value so they could
Legally, I think the gang are the ones committing crimes, stealing food, breaking shit, breaking and entering.
Oh, they're horrible guests.
Assault every time they try to capture these people.
This detective should just execute them and kick them into the sandtars.
That's right. Bo's a cop.
The what? Kick them into what? Sandtars? What is that?
Isn't that what they or was it quicksand? That's what they had.
What is a sandtar?
I imagine it's like a sand pit, but underneath it is the tar.
It's
like
also
that hot,
tar.
bubbly tar, so it's like a sand tar.
So instead of just a tar pit or quicksand,
you make it worse because you got sand. I got sand in your eye as you're going down to the hot tar.
Like, I'm hot, but I'm really uncomfortable because of the sand in my eyes.
My eyes are itchy. Let me get. Oh no, it's in my mouth. Oh, it's in my nose.
I need some Visine to take care of the sand, but now there's also tar.
It's so sticky. So then you got hot sand and hot tar on your hand and on your eyebrows.
All you could have said was that I was having a stroke when I was trying to say something else. That's all that needed to be said.
Because it's terror time again.
No, you don't get to invoke the song.
Yeah, you don't
get out. It's time for a trash movie. And perfect. We got 26 minutes to talk about it. Cash grab. We're in the sequel now, and it's horrible. Thank you. Fred murders the buff wolf.
Oh, can I do some trivia for a return?
Yes, please.
Straight from IMDb.
Yes.
All right. The most hated Scooby Doo movie of all time.
Whoa. Okay.
That's the trivia.
The most hate, and it has to be just because it's trying to retcon an older movie. That's the only reason people would hate this. Well,
Yeah.
that and
That's
the movie.
100%.
There's parts of the movie which make absolutely zero sense and shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, and the fact that it just feels like a long episode.
Ooh, okay. So we got a little role reversal going, huh?
Yeah, we
do.
In Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, Mystery Inc. were presented as adults with jobs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Daphne and Fred were television journalists on a show where she was also the hostess. Velma owned a bookstore, and Shaggy and Scooby were U.S. Customs agents. However, the floating timeline of the direct-to-video series has retconned them from adults back to teenagers. This movie is established as taking place less than a year after Scooby Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost, where they were stated to be on the verge of turning 18. This resulted in some impromptu and often unconvincing retcons to explain some of the scenes shown in flashback. For example, Daphne's journalism is changed to her being on a school project, which for some reason gained interest from Chris, the talk show host. The bookstore and custom bits are simply never mentioned. They worked so hard to make this movie stupid by trying to give it some sort of continuity with another movie that came out recently before.
When no one probably even watched.
I didn't know it was a thing. I will watch it now, though, because apparently it actually it closes off the open ending to the 13 Ghost series and never got a second season. So apparently,
and we've all watched that.
Clearly.
Should.
So
Vincent Price.
This movie doesn't age them back, doesn't take away their jobs, doesn't take everything you liked about the first one. The previous movie to this one did.
No, this one does, because it calls all that back by bringing up Zombie Island, which had probably not been brought up before.
What they've done is they've taken a different universe of Scooby-Doo and decided, oh no, Zombie Island's in this universe, and then
so
tried
this
to
is
do it.
Well, how many universes are there?
There's a fuck ton
Infinite.
of Scooby-Doo
There's
universes.
infinite universes, Ryan.
Okay, fair enough. And they chose to attach this one to the 13th Ghost universe for some reason.
The previous one they made, which apparently is also attached to some other one, but whatever they were spitting out as far as the current direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies,
Yes.
that whatever universe they're doing, they decided to, well, we're going to do a sequel to Zombie Island, but we need to shoehorn it into this current universe, even though that makes no sense to the Zombie Island canon. They could have just said, hey, we're making one, because it's not like it's not attached to an ongoing TV series. Nobody really cares about
This
these
is like
movies
Dr.
interconnecting.
Sleep, except it doesn't work.
Right. Dr. Sleep was able to take bits from the book and bits from the movie that were both vastly different, and then take bits from the Dr. Sleep book, which is only a sequel to the first book, and make it work as a movie that's also a sequel to the movie as well as the book. The fine line that he had to walk to make all that work.
Basically, what I'm saying is Mike Flanagan should have done Escape or Return to Zombie Island.
Oh, well, yeah, Mike Flanagan could have handled it. Okay, he would have been like, what is this script? Where's Terror Time? It needs to be Terror Time again.
I need you explain to me why these tropical trees don't look tropical.
Because they're
plastic.
plastic.
Yeah.
Fred on the boat ride, Fred's like, "This is the life out at sea.
And
You're
he's
surrounded by
fucking trees.
You're surrounded by land."
Yes.
I forgot how
so
hard
funny.
they went trying to pretend they weren't.
It is funny.
It's so
Like
funny.
that's the only thing in this I really enjoy is how
I
hard
agree.
they gaslight themselves.
I agree.
And that Fred wants to fuck his van. But like the song sucked. The car wash
Song sucked.
montage was good. I like Matthew Lillard, it's my Shaggy. The monsters look good in the montage. That buff wolf was pretty buff. But all I'm saying is these bad guys would make so much more money if they focused on selling their cosplay, because these costumes are so good. The Withers family could have a whole costume empire.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Fred's got his ascot back. Don't care for it. Velma's over there mad because her friends won't read her blog. I get that.
I was gonna say Velma is us. Have you
Yeah.
subscribed? Have you subscribed to the blog? Have you subscribed to Horrible Opinions podcast, where we have conflicting ideas on your favorite Thelma and
Scooby-Doo.
Louise anime movie?
Oh my god. Are they even friends? They can't even talk to each other. Velma literally says she has a whole thing of unsolved mysteries that they didn't quite finish. And then Daphne and Fred are like, yeah, but we solved all of our mysteries, so what can we do? And I'm like, Velma just said she has a bunch of mysteries that she doesn't think are solved.
One of the mysteries is Zombie Island, which they solved.
That's the only catch there.
If they're all like that, then I would fucking ignore her too.
That's true. So, at that point, I left the room to get some Oreos.
So I guess
thought that might
in
make
this
me
universe,
happier.
is Velma just nuts?
And she's crazy. She's gone down that QAnon hole.
Because she has to go back to high school.
Mm.
She wasn't banging in high school. She didn't hit her sexual prime until college.
Okay.
That's when she became a freak.
Oh, you a freak.
Did you, when you watched this, I figured there was some kind of taping. Once I saw the cameras in the house, I'm like, this is not for security. They're filming you for some kind of show.
Reality show.
I didn't know if it was a reality show or as a setup, what it was for, but I'm like, this.
And I can't believe they used Elvira to set these poor innocent high schoolers up.
How dare they? One time Velma banged her head in this movie and my daughter laughed.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny.
Because she has to pretend that there's nothing going on. She's like, "Grr!" I laughed too. I actually did laugh a lot. I laughed more in this than the last one because this one's a comedy, whereas the last one's a horror movie.
And it's so bad. I'm laughing at how bad it is. Oh, that school project that got her a nationally televised show. Stupid. They start doing a recap of when they were older. How does that work? Stupid.
I'm going to say all that
Scooby snacks
went
are back.
completely over my head.
That's because you watched these in the wrong order.
I think,
Ryan watching these in the wrong order. Stupid.
My last note before I decided I'm done taking notes, I'm probably going to bed soon, was they're trying to make a shitty movie plot point within a shitty movie. They've incepted the shitty movie.
Stupid.
The cat people in this look dumb.
They do.
They're all agile. They're like Sly Cooper cats.
Sly Cooper cats.
They're all they're not buff like they were. They're all lean.
Well, the actual cat is buff.
Yeah.
But why is there an actual cat?
You mean a werecat?
I mean,
yeah, why is there an actual werecat?
I couldn't tell you.
They can't tell me either. They gave up.
There is no reason why that cat god thing. Maybe that is the cat god they were praying to.
Then why hasn't he slaughtered everyone?
He's starting with the plastic trees. That's the most
Why
offensive
is he doing
thing.
it now?
Why did the zombies come out now? Why did...
I don't know. Swamp gas.
Shut up, Velma.
Where was...
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Velma gets to show some sexy shoulder in this, so, we got that.
Oh, when she's like a zombie?
Yeah. But she gets, she shows that shoulder.
Hmm.
There was a Scooby Doo series where Patrick Warburton was the cop, and it was fantastic.
This sheriff, how large is his jurisdiction?
Huge.
Oh, he's
like his cock.
Can he teleport?
Yes. Like his cock.
Oh, huge.
His cock can teleport?
100%.
Does he go with it? Or?
No. They have separate passports. They each need their own, I don't know, carry-on bag.
Because he shows up at the end and it's like, how did you get here? Why are you here?
He heard the soothe purring of the monster truck mystery machine, and he knew he just had to teleport over, Daniel.
Also, Fred's stuntman, funny.
Funny. The fact they used a monster truck as the mystery machine, funny.
They were going to ramp it over the house.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it, but funny. The fact that Fred's like, oh, I've always done my own stunts. They're like, no, Fred... I forget his stuntman's name. Let him do
Seaver.
it.
Let Seaver do it.
Let Seaver do it. He's like, sure. Run, pancake into the wall. Funny.
Daniel, did you recognize Seaver's voice?
He's somebody.
That's Travis Willingham.
Oh, yeah, it was Travis
Willingham.
Willingham.
Yeah. Also, you know how I hate Velma's voice in this? I love the actress who did it. I just don't like how she's high-pitched anyway. That's Kate Micucci.
I'm sorry, what's her last name?
I always say Micucci. How do you pronounce it?
I don't know who this person is. That's the first time I've ever heard this.
Oh, you'd recognize her.
By her last name.
I've seen a lot.
By the images. Image search you're going to Bing later, Daniel.
Hold on. If I Bing Kate's Micucci.
I think you're going to get a picture of Velma turning into a ninja. She's like, come on, kitty, kitty, kitty. Meow.
Beating up animals. Funny.
It's funny. And that time they're unexpected, where Alan, the producer / director, sets the ferry on fire so they can't leave and they have to finish the movie.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, funny and surprising plot twist. Amazing.
If this wasn't a cash grab title, I would enjoy this a lot more. Would it be better than Zombie Island? No. Would it even be top 3? No. Would it still be like, okay.
You guys are acting like you didn't laugh. Because remember, they're coming into the island and they're brought in another van, which gets their tires slashed. So they leave the driver there. And so for the entire movie, we're left to believe he's just trying to fix what's wrong with the van. And then the next time we see it is when the big old truck, the monster truck, comes and just smashes right on it and then drives away. You're acting like you didn't laugh at that part, Kenny.
No, I did.
Look, I would rather watch the Velma TV show.
I don't know about that.
Did you watch it?
No.
It's so fucking stupid, and they know it, and they lean into it, and it works. How stupid it is. She twerks over her friend's dead mom.
I don't
like body, like on the ground. She starts twerking. It doesn't make sense, but you know what? They decided early on they were just gonna take these characters and just do whatever the fuck they wanted with them, and they don't even have Scooby in it. So it's like, look, this ain't real. This ain't part of anything. So they did some drugs. They made a thing, and it's let it go be its thing off by itself. It doesn't try to come back and be like, also, this is fucking direct sequel to Zombie Island. It doesn't try to go ruin the thing. This is Son of Rosemary all over again.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, but you will, because we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, Daniel. Pinky swear with me. Here we go.
That book pisses me off so much.
I'll watch any bullshit with you.
I didn't realize they made a TV version of the sequel. I don't know if it's...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like 1-to-1 with the book or what, but that book pissed me off. But unfortunately, there's nothing at the end of this to tell me that the whole thing was a dream.
No, but I mean, did you like Raiders of the Lost Ark as a movie?
Yes.
Oh, because this steals the light beam gag.
Oh, it steals a lot of things.
Yeah. Actually, so it turns out...
Why would their medallion point to the treasure?
Why was the treasure ever a thing? And why is it that really they were here on the island for 200 years and they just like maybe only dug once or twice? If they had just kept
digging, they didn't dig ever. They don't care. They didn't dig. That the person digging holes was the gardener.
I thought they were retconning it, saying that the original cat people...
I don't care what they retcon.
Okay. Oh.
Because it's stupid.
It is a stupid...
Oh.
The
gold is Scooby snacks.
Here's what I like.
That they had to bury.
How did that happen?
Movie magic, Daniel.
I like the bloopers.
There were bloopers?
In the credits, there are bloopers.
I turned it off. I was mad.
They're intentional bloopers, though. It's like a Scooby and Shaggy and the gang were all having.
Oh, when they was trying to get Scooby to say that he's scared.
And
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That was maybe the funniest shit in the entire movie.
Food. Oh, I'm scared. Scooby and Shaggy are running away.
Is like you got the night vision cam on him, and he's just staring. I'm hungry. That was funny.
Shaggy tries to run away, and his robe gets caught, and he gets naked in front of the zombies. That was funny.
The name of the movie they're trying to make in this thing is, I think it's like Teenagers on Zombie Island. So in addition to the bloopers, what I would have liked was like a 3-minute cut of what the movie would have turned out to be. Huh? You with me?
It's on the DVD.
Shut up.
I just made that up, but it could be.
Who bought the Mystery Machine? Why is there a scary cat person still out there?
He's a teenager in high school. Why does Dad make him sell his van?
I don't know. Why does he want to... Okay, I actually do know why the dad got rid of the van. The dad caught him fucking it one night.
He put his dick in the exhaust, and he got stuck, because everyone knows Fred hangs dong.
If you fuck your toys, I will take them away.
I will take them away.
He's like, you're hanging out with those dragons across the street. It's been a bad influence on you. You've always been talking about Puff. I thought it was about drugs. It's a real dragon over there, and they're fucking cars. I can't have my boy doing this.
You're going to be a senator one day. You cannot be fucking cars.
You cannot be on, I don't know, a blog.
The real sequel to this, Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost, is what you need to go watch. Fucking Tim Curry is a main character in it. It's fantastic.
I love me Curry.
And you get the Hex Sisters, which Ryan would just be all over.
Yeah, we would get Simp Ryan back.
The Hex Sisters are a band?
Yes.
Because
in fact, this is how.
Okay, I know because I've watched an episode of Scooby Doo and Guess Who, and they were in that episode.
Yes. And if you want to watch more Scooby Doo look, if you want a good dark Scooby Doo,
I want the darkest, I want the dankest, I want the ones darkest? They're afraid to show you. That the parents.
Is that Mystery Inc?
Mystery Inc. It's the only one really that
with
has
full frontal.
A massive story arc.
A massive Fred full
massive
frontal.
Full frontal. Fred goes through.
You see him
shit.
take that van.
Wait, he takes the van?
Oh, or did the van take him?
I assume the van takes him.
They take
turns.
turns.
It's 2010, 2013, Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. That's the one you want to check out as far as the TV shows go. Like, that's the one that's made me the happiest since the OG shit. The 13 Ghosts series is really good. Honestly, I've not ever really been disappointed in Scooby Doo until this movie. And again, if they just called it, something else.
No. You need the zombie. You need the zombie island angle. They could have just done that without retconning everything.
Yeah, if they just hadn't.
But
yeah,
what did they really retcon?
They made him 20 years younger.
But that happened already in this universe. That wasn't this movie's fault.
That's like, they need to show us where Spider-Man fucked up the timeline.
So this should have been
into a different.
This should have been a sequel making fun of it and not connected to those other movies. This should have been just that.
That's honestly the biggest thing for me. Yeah, if they hadn't, they've tried to fuck with perfection. Aliens didn't go back and say all the shit in Alien didn't happen.
The town from Tremors?
Oh, Perfection? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
You heard me. I don't know. Graboids, man.
He's trying to distract from the fact that the movie he likes is shit.
I want to point out that we did this movie because it was for my birthday. And Ryan has ruined my birthday.
He's madder than he's ever been before in his life.
I was so much more entertained by this movie than the first one. I don't know what
he's tripling down on it.
He's so wrong.
I didn't laugh. I wasn't surprised at that first movie. This movie had me laughing.
You're not supposed to laugh at the first one. You're supposed to watch it when you're like 10 years old and you're supposed to get scared.
Ryan, how are you supposed to be surprised at the first movie when you watch the second one first?
They tell you what happens.
They literally recap it and they keep telling Daphne, we were fucking there. They say that to her. Well, they don't drop the F-bomb, but like, yeah, we were all there. It happened to us.
I say that's Velmster.
I thought Daphne was the one retelling it.
I don't remember.
Pretty sure it was.
You're probably right, but not Daphne. Daff. Call it Daff.
Daff. D-Pain.
Daft Punk.
It's not good. Go enjoy other things. I would highly recommend Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero.
I'm not reading anything.
It's a good book. It's basically like if the gang was like, real and then shit went down, and I'm pretty sure they had a dog and everything. I'm a little blurry at some of the details. It didn't talk. I don't think it talked. It did not talk. But Meddling Kids was good. The live action Scooby Doo movies are great, and you know what? There's live action, like, younger Scooby movies that are also great that were direct to TV after the two main movies. A Pup Named Scooby Doo is fantastic.
Pup Named Scooby Doo is good. I would watch The Kid Detective. It's a movie, 2020.
Never heard of it, so I'll go watch that. If you want more Shaggy, watch any other Hanna-Barbera cartoon from the era, and you will find Shaggy there. He's with a talking car. He's with a talking shark.
That's true.
It could be that he's the only one that hears these things talk, and he's just so freaking high, and he just floats from friend group to friend group, because they don't want to deal with his burnout ass.
It's probably really expensive to have him around.
Eats all the brownies.
Ruh-roh.
Actually, he's probably their drug dealer, and he's just like an annoying one who doesn't leave after he gives you the drugs.
I'm your dealer and I'm your friend.
Oh, one
of
those.
No, you're just my dealer.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a
he's
Chompy
James
and the
Franco
girls.
and
we don't have that kind of relation. We don't have a hanging out
Yeah, it's like that.
relationship.
He's like James Franco and Pineapple Express.
Exactly. That's
Just
exactly what I was saying.
like tropical fruit in a fast-moving train.
Right.
You heard him.
Watch Detective Conan.
I was gonna say, you say Detective Conan? Yeah, sure. Watch Extreme Ghostbusters.
Watch Extreme. We're gonna do that.
Oh,
Maybe that'll
okay.
be an exclusive thing. But we are definitely doing Extreme Ghostbusters because that Hellraiser episode. Oh my god.
Quote that
So good.
show a lot too.
I do as well. It's science, man. I'm a scientist. Don't watch Return to Zombie Island. Don't listen to Ryan. I understand if you don't ever want to listen to him.
I'm like in the middle here. I think it's fine to watch.
Were you not entertained?
I was entertained.
I was mad I had to watch it again.
I thought it was funny, but completely unnecessary.
It did bad things to a thing I loved, and I don't.
Well, no, it didn't, because you still have the thing you love. They didn't take the thing you love away.
This is a completely different universe.
You can
Kenny.
pretend. You can pretend this doesn't even exist.
No, they tried to hurt my baby. Like I said, it's Son of Rosemary, where its mere existence tries to taint what's there. It's not like some of these other sequels that are just like, well, I'm just a bad sequel.
But they didn't erase the sequel. You can still go watch Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
And I'm going to.
Like
I'm
when you need to fall
later.
asleep at bedtime after you've
This
brushed
isn't
your
like
teeth,
like a George Lucas situation where you can no longer get like the original thing.
I got it on tape right here.
Right, but you can't get that anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's erased from history. Han shot first.
Yeah.
I'll point that out.
Happy fucking birthday.
It's the worst birthday. It's not even my birthday.
It's not even airing on your birthday.
Yeah, I'll point that out. Because you can't even make a fucking schedule right. Everyone's
had
fucking
to fix that
making
schedule
me
like 3
mad.
times.
Couldn't even do a schedule right for the thing I wanted. Then Ryan watches the wrong movie. And then turns out movie sucks.
Breaks up the family.
Into
the pod.
Ruh-roh.
As always.
You like Skycycle, Ryan.
I don't know.
You like Skycycle, Ryan.
Is that the Terror Time?
That's the band that does its Terror Time again.
Okay, well,
you like Skycycle.
Look,
you like Skycycle.
I also had to listen to Third Eye Blind as they did the Scooby Doo theme song, and I'm like, oh, God, this is really dating it. I don't know, man.
It's an old movie.
Just okay. Okay.
You're a bad person.
What's our next movie?
Trick or Treat, I believe.
Oh.
Without looking. And I had to correct that too, because you put Trick or Treat, and that is a different movie altogether.
I would have watched it too. I would have watched the wrong
Treat.
movie. Ryan's trying to trick or treat me.
Trick or Treat. Trick just
R.
the R, not or.
Is there a pirate?
Is there a kid that... Yeah, one of the kids dresses up as a pirate, so sure.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I updated it, don't worry. I fixed it.
Pissing me off.
Yeah. Trick or Treat is the end.
So we should announce... This is where we announce that we're looking for a new co-host.
Did you...
Preferably one that's related to us. So I guess it's Ben. Congratulations, Ben.
Oh, God. I don't know if this could get worse. Go back, listen to Abominable, and tell us if you liked that better than everything we've done since. Listen to Abominable, listen to Weredeer, listen to Santa Jaws, and you tell me, can you live with that quality?
I can't. It sucks.
Abominable's great.
You listen.
Weredeer sucks.
You listen to Barbarian, and you tell me. You tell me that Return to Scooby Doo Island is not the best movie.
Return
it's
to Scooby Doo Island.
It's not the best movie, but it will make you laugh. And in this cold,
Jesus
dark
Christ.
world, that's enough. That's enough.
This whole time, the whole shitty wife beater look you got going on, Ryan, it's really just added to your just bad old man grandpa takes, who just wants to get turned younger like the Count. Kumiyasha! As always, I've been your horrible host, who's still so goddamn mad, Kenny.
I'm your very disappointed birthday boy, Daniel.
I'm your quite pleased back of the van that's taking it from Fred Ryan.
I'll fix that for you guys. That's your waste of time and magic wax, Ryan.
Oh.
See you tomorrow.
Oh. Kumiyasha. Everybody give me a Kumiyasha.
Kumiyasha!